You're not going to hit me and buy me a car. You're not going to hit me and buy me new clothes. You're not going to hit me and take me shopping, give me money. That's not going to, that's disguising wickedness. Somebody is actively punching you. Yeah, somebody is just turning you into a punching bag from dating time, and you think the Lord will change him. And if love blinds you that you cannot see, I hope you have. I just pray that you have people, family, friends that can speak to you and say, we know you can't see, but we can see for you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Vivian here. Today I'm going to be chatting to you guys about something very important. For the past couple of weeks, there's been this news circulating on the internet in Nigeria about the death of this worship leader that has just, took the country by storm, and I'm sure all around, and I'm sure in a lot of other countries, because her music seemed to have been well known, and also people quite knew this lady. So for her to have just died like that, it was just one of those things that was going to cause an uproar anyway. So the news that was going around was that she had died of cancer, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is so sad. And then things started coming from different places, like different informations from different places, like what cancer? Cancer, how? It's not cancer. This woman did not die of cancer. She died of domestic violence. I'm like, hold up. You say what? Domestic violence. It wasn't cancer as widely speculated or as was being pushed out there for people to believe that she had throat cancer or something like that. It wasn't any throat cancer. It was due to the fact that she had just, it was a domestic violence, one of those episodes gone wrong. And it was not, let me not say one of those episodes gone wrong. From what I read, it's been a lot of episodes. Okay, so it's like accumulation of episodes that finally just gone wrong. And Osinachi had just passed away from that. This was just one news that made me feel some type of way. Like, I couldn't understand why a woman that knew her God so well would allow herself go through what she had gone through and then eventually die from it. I just feel like it was an excusable death. It was an unnecessary death. It was not one that was meant to happen. That was a death that could have been avoided. And so one day, just because I pushed it to the side, like I wouldn't just touch it because it was such a sensitive thing to me. I didn't want to seem like I was being, not sympathetic towards the case, but I felt anger towards it. So I just put it aside, I'm not touching this. And then a couple of days ago, I was studying the Bible and the Lord drew my attention to this scripture. It's not like I wasn't thinking of her, I wasn't thinking of the situation, but the scriptures just jumped out to me when I read it. And I was like, oh, now I get it. I see it. I understand it. I understand why Osinachi went through what she went through, or allowed herself to go through what she went through. It's like the Lord just opened my eyes. She's in a better place now. She's with her Lord. There's no denying that she's with her Lord. But it's like, yeah, I just thought I'll share this scripture with you guys. So some of you that are struggling to understand this as well, so that hopefully this opens your eyes. And it's in Matthew 5, verse 32. I'm just going to read it out. It says, "But I say to you," this is Jesus speaking, "that whoever divorces his wife for any reason except sexual immorality causes her to commit adultery." Yeah, and whoever marries a woman who is divorced commits adultery. So essentially what he's saying, that if you divorce your wife, even if she doesn't want a divorce, you're making her commit adultery, and whoever marries that your wife is committing an adultery as well. So it's almost like I just saw her thinking that, what, if I divorce this man with everything I'm going through, that means I'll be committing adultery. And if I get married to somebody else that's committing adultery, the law does not list here. This is Jesus speaking. It doesn't list here that if your husband beats you, divorce your husband. It says the only ground on which you can commit adultery, the only ground on which you can divorce your husband or divorce your wife is on the grounds of adultery. So for Osinachi, there's been no adultery here. The only thing that is happening here is that this man is beating me. And if I leave this marriage, I'll be committing adultery. Do you get where I'm coming from? So, and for me, it was like the Lord just opened my eyes. I'm like, oh my goodness, this woman just stayed there because she didn't want to be seen as that believer that committed adultery based on what the Lord Jesus Christ Himself said in the scriptures. Okay? I want to believe that Jesus left the part of beating. If your husband or wife beats you, leave that marriage, because it's expected, he would have expected that if you're in a relationship, you see the antecedents of somebody. If somebody is going to be beating you while you're dating the person, there's no reason for you to even get to the point where you're married to the person. And then he commits adultery and then you have to divorce him. So from the dating time, you know that this person is already treating me like this. So I'm not going to go ahead with a marriage, which will eventually lead to divorce. So I think that in my own thinking, that's the way it looks. I just feel like the Lord is saying that no, there's no need to spell that out, that if your husband beats you, get out, because why are you even dating a man that is beating you? Okay? Why are you in a relationship? Okay, you got in a relationship and then you found that the man is a beating type. That's your exit door. Just there's no negotiating that. Okay, just on your way out, just find your way out, because somebody who's going to be beating you when you're still dating that person, what's that person going to do to you when you're married to that person? I don't know what Osinachi's case would have been. Did she date this guy, or was she shipped into this marriage? Was she forced into this marriage? From what I've heard about her family, I don't think she was forced into it. They met in a whatever meeting or something like that. I did not really delve into how they met and all of that. But yeah, I believe that as a single person, okay, the damage is done already if you're married, okay? As a single person, if you're dating someone, you can tell the person's antecedents. You can tell what I mean by it. You can tell what this person can do. All right, you can see the signs. You know the signs. You can see the signs. If you decide you're dating someone that you just started dating this man, and this man will pull you away from your family. He doesn't want you to communicate with your family so much. Oh, you're going to visit. Why are you going there? You're going to spend time with your friends. You're going to hang out with your friends. Why are you going to hang out with your friends? Why do you should come to me? Unnecessarily dictating to you, just somebody who just unnecessarily dictates things to you, wants you by himself every and any time. Like, I'm a human being. I can't have my own space. I'm going to marry you does not mean, I can't communicate with other people. I'm going to marry you does not mean I shut up everybody from my life. I shut people off from my life. There are people that I've known even before I know you. Because I know you now, I can't go to them. I can't speak to them. I can't talk about our relationship to them, because if you find that you're angry, you're screaming, you're shouting, and sometimes you're hitting me, and we're dating. You're dating this person. You're seeing these things already. My sister, please do not wait until you're married to this person before you know to take the door, to find the door and just be out of that relationship, okay? You're better off having a broken relationship than going to marriage and then I'm speaking to believers now, okay? You're better off leaving that relationship and going into a marriage and then having the trouble of not wanting to divorce, because yes, the Bible says it's only on grounds of adultery that you can divorce, and somebody is actively punching you. Somebody is just turning you into a punching bag from dating time, and you think, the Lord will change him. I will continue to pray. He provides, he gives me money, he does this for me, he does it. Such a loving man. I know he has his episodes, he will change. And this man is punching you, and you don't know that you're supposed to leave. This is your cue. Take it from me, girl. Do not do it, okay? Don't do it. I don't care if that relationship, if you've been proposed to, it's not too late. You can walk out of that marriage, that relationship. Save yourself the hassle of tomorrow, of having to worry, of the shame of having to tell people that you're being beaten in your home. Save yourself that, okay? And if love blinds you that you cannot see, I hope you have. I just pray that you have people, family, friends that can speak to you and say, we know you can't see, but we can see for you. Yeah, you should have people like that in your life, okay? If you don't have people like that, I'm here. I'm a sister. I'm a friend speaking to you. Don't stay in a relationship where a man is already punching you at the dating stage. It's a dating stage. You haven't been married. You're not married yet. Yeah, but you're so excited that you're engaged because he's giving you some fancy ring. He's doing so well financially, and your lives look you go on. Please, sister, friend, just run. Okay, because domestic violence is not something you want to thing that you can work with. It's not something you can manage. It's something you run away with. You run away from. You see the signs that this man is a violent person. Don't even think about it. Don't think about it. Whether he's giving you a ring, return that ring. Okay, open your eyes, shine your eyes, return that ring. You're better off alive. The Lord would rather have you alive serving his purposes on earth. The reason why he's put you on this earth, you have to fulfill your purpose. You will not let anyone cut your life short because you're trying to, I don't know what you're trying to do. What you're trying to act like you're in a relationship that, trying to make people think that, okay, you have a good life when in fact you're living hell. Please just stay out of this sort of relationships. It's not worth it at all. It's not worth it. You can tell from the dating stage that this man is trouble. The horrible stories I hear about this situation, what this man made her go through, and it's part of me is just like, how come nobody said anything? All these stories that are coming out, how come nobody said it? Even if she was okay, leave him, let's pray for him, leave him, let's do this. None of this person had the guts to, say something that would have triggered something, say something, nobody said anything. And then it's the thing about community and all of that, the people you have around you as well. I just feel like everybody just feel this synergy, even though she, I feel, I don't want to speak evil of the dead, but I just feel like, yes, she may have failed herself in some areas, but I think that people around her could have done something. They could have done something. This death did not need to happen. Okay, okay, you heard me say if you're in a relationship with a man, you can see the violent, antecedents already work out. Okay, there's sometimes that you're dating somebody. This man is the sweetest, is the nicest. The woman is the nicest. I'm saying man and woman because some women beat men as well. We'll come to that. Okay, there's sometimes that you don't even see anything. They are the most unassuming, so lovely, so the best and all of that, and then it turns out that they marry you and they change. What do you do in that situation when this person did not show any traits, any violent traits while you were dating, and then you married, and then the punching begins? Okay, somebody will say, okay, Vivian, my husband is not the type, he's never really hit me and all of that. I know he was going through a rough patch, and then one day he just hits me. There are situations like that I would say, give him another chance. Yeah, I'm not meaning like the first time he punches, never hit you before. And then the first time he hits you is boom, 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 boom. It's not like it's Mortal Kombat. Somebody that can hit you like that the first time, has a tendency to hit you even more. You allow it, it will hit you even more subsequent times. Okay. Now for somebody who's just, is going through a rough patch, we know pandemic has happened and a lot of violence has happened. You don't even want to know what has happened in some people's marriages, some people's homes. Okay, a lot of violence has gone on. Yeah, so if you're in that kind of married relationship where, okay, because of the pandemic, your husband has lost his job and then things are not just adding up for him, and then one day you just maybe said something to him and then he slaps you. Okay, it's a slap. I can't take a slap. He slaps you, and then it's almost like every day of his life, if he can apologize for that slap, he's so apologetic for slapping you. He's so repentant. He doesn't even want to think that he actually raised his hand to slap his wife, and it's profusely asking for your forgiveness. Please forgive me. This will never happen again. I can go for counseling. Let's go speak to my mom. Let's go speak to your parents. Let me beg, anybody that can speak to, that can help me not repeat this to you again. I want to go and speak to them. Please don't leave me and all of that. If you have that kind of situation in your hand, I would say give them a chance, okay? Because this is not a violent person. It's because of what they are going through, which is not an excuse for them to hit you anyway. But yeah, he just slapped you. And then also, okay, just, if it's that repentant and so begging profusely for forgiveness and wants to do all these things to make sure that it never happens again, yeah, take some time out, to just calm yourself down, and then reappraise the situation and tell him, you guys sit and talk about, and then he tells you what he wants to do, the plans he has, and that doesn't happen again. Then you can forgive that person, but then just watch the person build trust again. He has to build trust in you again for him. Yeah, that's just somebody that just slaps you casually, or not a heavy, hitting. Some people will say, listen, Vivian, once they say hitting, just walk away. I know there's that, and there's the other side. I'm saying that, this person is not known for violence. It's not a violent person. It's just something that just happened because of pressure, because of failures or things that are happening around him. And then it's just be like that one off. There can be that one off, okay? And let it just be that one off, like it doesn't happen again. But if that one off is going to turn to constantly, because you allowed it, you forgive him the first time, and he thinks that that's an excuse to hit you again, and he can apologize. You're not going to hit me and buy me a car. You're not going to hit me and buy me new clothes. You're not going to hit me and take me shopping, give me money. That's not going to, that's disguising wickedness, okay? That's just covering up wickedness. That's wickedness. You can't be beating somebody and buying things for them. You can't hit somebody and want to bribe them with stuff, take on trips, on holidays, and you going on black holidays with black eyes. Your eyes are swollen. People look at you. People don't recognize you anymore. You're just all of a sudden you're withdrawn. You used to be a confident person. Now, because of all these things, you've lost confidence. Let me be that voice for you, girl. Let me be that voice for you. Let me be that voice for you. Please, okay? Do not stay in a violent marriage. If you see it from the beginning, don't think of going into that marriage. If he slaps you once when you're dating, please don't consider it. So that slap once is when you can say under pressure in marriage, and that's not an excuse for anybody. When you're under pressure whatsoever, does not mean you slap anybody. Okay, I just made that in example there of somebody who's not being violent and then just having a rough patch and then did that. That's not an excuse for somebody to slap somebody, say because I'm having a rough patch. No, better check yourself. Okay, so if you're in a relationship and that person is already slapping you because he has a rough patch, that is just be looking for the door. Look for the door. Don't not be looking for, just look for the door and then the exit and just be out. There's no point being there because it's going to continue. All right. The minute he pays your dowry or your bride price and all of that, which is what we do in Nigeria, he thinks he owns you, and then the beating is going to increase, which is what I think would have happened in Osinachi's case. It's just unnecessary. Save yourself all of that, okay? Now, coming to women, there's some of you women that think it's okay for you to punch your husbands. Okay, you think it's okay for you to lift your hands and slap your husband, and then you say it was just a slap. I didn't mean it. I was this and I didn't mean that. It could be that you're married to a man who is very gentle, okay, a man that loves you so much. So you feel like when you're angry, you take out your anger on this person because you know he will not retaliate. He's a very soft-natured person. He's a very loving man. He's a very caring man. And you now want to be the violent one because here you have anger issues. Please go and deal with your anger issues before you get married. It could be that you earn more than this man, and so you feel like you're the head of the home. The husband is the head of the home. We'll come to that in that video. This is not the place for that. But yeah, the husband is the head of the home. So if the table is reversed and you are the one providing most of the money in the home, it still doesn't give you the license to hit your husband. Okay, your finances are for all of you, are for both of you. If you see, when you succeed, your husband succeeds. Your husband succeeds, you succeed, vice versa. So you shouldn't see yourself as superior to your husband to the point that you have to punch them to make a point. When they upset you, you have to hit them, you have to throw things at them. Yeah, that's not acceptable at all, because we don't talk about women violence in marriage when women do it, but there's more. I mean, I think the percentage comparing will be less. It will be women hitting men and than men hitting women. The percentage will be less for women. So essentially what I'm saying in this video, guys, please know the signs. Know the signs of a violent person from when you're dating. You can tell it does not hide itself. It does not disguise. There's no way you can disguise it. It will come out some way, somehow. God will reveal it to you. And be very prayerful for your life. because marriage in itself is not an easy thing. To have to pack up your things as an adult and move into a house with a man that you were not born with, he hasn't lived with you all your life, or a woman hasn't lived with you all your life, but you're going to start a new life with this person. That in itself is a challenge. So there are things you have to learn, there are things you have to unlearn, you have to learn to live with each other, you have to learn to cohabit. All of that in itself is a whole learning process. So now to now add onto that a violent person is enough to be understanding a new person. And to now be understanding a violent person, you don't know how their mind works, you don't know what background they are coming from. So you can see all of that from the dating scene. You can see that from the dating stage, and just advise yourself, because violence is not something you negotiate with. Do not negotiate with violence in any way at all. Do not negotiate with violence. See the signs, know the signs, and know when to walk away. Right? I hope this helps somebody. If you're in a violent relationship and you don't know how to get out of it, please speak to people around you. If you have to speak to leaders, your family, speak to your parents. If you have parents, speak to that person that serves as, mother or father figure in your life, and tell them what you're going through. So I hope this blesses someone. Let's date wisely. For those of you that are married, date wisely. To open your eyes, let your eyes be open to know the signs, see the signs, and know when to walk away. Don't take the chance. It's not worth it at all. It's not worth it. It's not worth your life. This woman just died an unnecessary death because of decisions that she made for herself. So I hope you make the right decisions for yourself. Stay blessed, guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.